All right, guys. So we're gonna start off just by getting rigged up. Y'all ask for this all the time, how we tie our double jig rigs. And I feel like now is a great time because I don't have one rigged up. So it's very, very easy. I'm gonna start by tying the first jig. I just tie a simple little Palomar knot on the bottom to get things started. I'm gonna grab, this is a 16th ounce double cross jig head from Crappie Magnet. Chartreuse in color. I'm gonna put this bad boy on the bottom. And I say I just tie a simple little Palomar knot. Nothing big, nothing crazy. I'm realizing I have 4-pound leader on here right now. I wish I had more. I wish I had a stronger line, which if we break it off, we'll switch it out. But there it is. First one tied on, Palomar knot. Now we're going to add our second jig. I like to do it about 14, 16 inches above. And all I do is I double my line up. I should fix that. I got it doubled up. And you're gonna tie a three looped overhand knot. 3 is important because if you do 1 or 2, the loop will not stay. So there's 1, 2, 3. See that? We're gonna pull it tight. There's our little dropper. They're honestly a little closer than I want. It's probably about 12 inches apart, but it will be all right. What you're left with is a loop on the top of your line. We're gonna grab another jig head. We're gonna grab a 16th ounce eye hole jig. Gonna shove some scent in there if we have it. And again, you're just gonna tie a Palomar knot. Got that loop, got that doubled up line. Gonna tie it right through that jig eye. And if you can't get the doubled up loop through the eye of the jig head, you can cut it and make it just a single piece of line and run it through the eye a little bit easier. But just tying a Palomar knot, once again, super easy. And boom, we've got 2 jig heads on our line. We got a pink one, got a chartreuse one, and now we gotta add our baits. We're gonna dig in our box and find some crappie magnets. Now we are in our bag. I'm just gonna grab, I think I'm gonna do some Show Enough. Hard to beat the Show Enough. We're gonna put this one on the top jig, and I think I'm honestly gonna put a grub on the bottom. We'll do this white and chartreuse slab curly grub from Crappie Magnet, just to give them a little bit of options. That should be money. We have a ton of stuff in here to try out. It can always be different from day to day. Let's go ahead and rig these up on the jig head. Put the slab curling. I like to put the grubs on the bottom just so that the tail's not hitting the line. You can do it however you want to. Got one bait there. And then we got this guy up here. And as it gets darker, we'll probably change up and put some darker colors on. But for now, that's good. Let's see if we can, oh yeah, we got scent right here. Some slab bites. And I'm gonna link everything that I'm using down in the video description. You can get the jigs that you're seeing me tie on at crappiemagnet.com. You can get them out of our J Crappie Magnet bundles. It has a little bit of everything that you need to get going for these multi-species fishing rips down below the spillways. All right, okay, so we got the scent infused into the jig head, and what's great is that this just stays on there all day long. Let's get after it. There we go, first cast. Oh, my drag was so loose. We've got a tiny little white bass to kick things off. He bit the slab curly. I told you guys I can't resist it. Little tiny white bass. I do plan on keeping some fish today. It's gonna be a little bit bigger than that. But that is a very promising sign. First cast, or it could be a jinx. We need to catch another one real quick. There we go, 2 casts in a row, baby. This one bit the top. This one here bit the Show Enough. It looks like they don't care what you throw out there. Show Enough Crappie Magnet, slab bites, another nice little white bass. We need some big daddies, and we need some slabs. We need some crappie. Oh, that's a nice one. He thumped it. I don't know what that is. Probably a drum. Oh gosh, he smashed it. What is it? Is that a striper? Oh, it's a drum. It's a drum. Kind of thought it might have been a striper for a second, but it's just a drum. It is a nice one. He's dark colored. Come here. Come here, big man. There we go. Second species of the day. That's a dark drum right there. It's a good one. Probably 2.5 pounds, 3 pounds. Oh, stay on there. Stay with me, buddy. I ain't ready to let you go yet. Oh, he was pegged. My bait got kind of stuck in the rock for a second. I popped it off and he slammed it. He just pooped some nasty juice on me. I'm gonna send it back. Got you. Man, there is a ton of those little yellow white bass down there, it seems like. As I'm just getting drilled every cast. Just peck, 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 peck. Where are the big ones at? Little white bass. I don't care what I catch. It just feels good to be back down here. I know we're gonna run into some good fish at some point. Hopefully some big slabs. But they've been weird. They've been biting closer to dark. Got him. That is a crappie. Let's go. There we go. There we go. There he goes. Well, he broke me off. But there is our first crappie of the day. It's gonna be a good keeper. And we are definitely going to be throwing him in the basket. I got a different little basket we're gonna be using today. I'm not sure if y'all heard of these or not, but this is a thump net. And it's just like a floating fish basket that you can zip and unzip, toss it out there, keeps them fresh, keeps them lively. So we're going to go ahead and throw him in the thump net. That should keep him lively. I'm just gonna tie it to a rock. All right, first crappie that I gotta tie that jig back on. I don't even know where I put it at though. Guys, there are so many fish right here. It is unbelievable. There are shad just getting nuked. I'm not sure if it's all from white bass or some striper, or if it's even from crappie. I don't know, but they are just getting rallied right here where we're standing, right at our feet. Another one. Is that a crappie? I think it's a drum. Might be a white bass. Oh, he's digging weird. It's a white bass. A little small white bass. Biggest white bass of the day, though. He loaded up on it. Nice little white bass. Get back down there. Got you. Another little white bass. Where are the big ones at? Is this all that's left? Where did the big girls go? I don't think the spawn is on anymore for white bass. We'll take it. He's pooping. Got you. Oh, it's another crappie. That's not gonna be a keeper though, unfortunately. I don't think. He looks a little small. Second crappie of the day is gonna be a little small. He gotta be 10 inches out here to keep. He's probably 9 at best, but still it gets down to the crappie are biting. I mean, if we catch some right now, it could get nasty a little bit later on. We'll send him back. That's the target species right there, guys. There we go. It's a nice fish. Nice little white bass. These guys are a hot mess out here today. They are just zooming. There's so much shad that I'm competing with. Surprised me even getting any of them to bite. I mean, there are shad. You can't see them, but I can see them. Just the whole, like, first foot of the water column, it's just shad for days and days. Like, I could probably catch, I don't even know how many pounds shad can catch in one throw right now. There is so many. And I haven't seen shad down here like that yet this year. Oh, there we go. There's a crappie. That's a keeper. There we go. It's been a minute. We kind of hit a little bit of a drought, but we finally got our second keeper crappie of the day. We've caught 3 crappies so far. I mean, a crazy amount of small little white bass, but that is awesome. Starting to get a little bit later. It's 6:45. We got about an hour and 15 minutes till it gets dark. But hopefully these guys will continue to move up and we'll catch a whole bunch of these guys. Because it can go down in a hurry out here, but we finally got another something to put in our net down here. There's a fish. Oh, what is that? Is that a crappie? White bass? It's a white bass. It's the biggest white bass I've caught today. He smoked it. That's what we're after, some of these bigger white bass. Not even a giant, but still a good one. Still very chunky. There's our biggest white bass of the day. When he came at first, I thought it might have been a big slab, but look at how he gobbled up that slab curly. It is way down there. Oh, we had it gobbled good. That's a really good quality white bass. Definitely would be a good eater. We're gonna throw them back. We're gonna try to catch a bunch of crappie as it gets a little bit later and progresses on into the nighttime. But that is a nice one. Can't be mad at that. We'll see you later. Here we go. Oh, we got 2 fish. There we go. Daily Double's got a new species too. It's out of nowhere. We got a skippy and a white bass. I figured these were out there. I've been seeing a lot of them shad getting rallied, and I figured it was a bunch of these guys. But we got a skipjack, and we've got a little white bass. This is probably number 50 as far as these guys go. We have caught so many of these, but only one better than average sized one, which is crazy. They bit at the exact same time, I think. It felt like a crappie thump. It felt good. Felt good. Oh, another one. Another one. Another one. Little white bass are on fire. They've been loving that. I've been loving it because they've been loving it. There we go. Finally. Finally got us another one. I've been waiting for him to get up here next to the bank, and I'm like, man, it should be happening right now. But there we go. There is our, I think it's our 3rd keeper crappie, and I got him on the new crappie magnet. I forgot what it's called. Might be called slab magnet. I don't know. It's basically a 3-inch long crappie magnet, and it's ribbed. Got the blackest chartreuse on because it's getting dark, and I think that's our biggest one of the night so far. Not bad. It looks a little post-spawn. Looks like it's got kind of like a dent in the belly. We'll take it. Hopefully about to start catching. The water's actually kind of picked up in speed a little bit, which isn't great. But it kind of just had a nice little swirl next to the bank, and hopefully it'll bring some more to us. That's number 3 for the little net. I was hoping to fill this baby up, but we'll take it. We'll take our 3. A couple more and we got enough for a nice mess. Here's right underneath my feet. I'm gonna take one step back. I'm using the 13-foot jigging rod now. And it's pretty spot on for what they've been doing for me this spring out here. Not really catching much. Oh gosh, and then right at dark, they try to move up on these rocks. I'm not sure what that was, but something tried to nibble me. There we go. Oh, what is that? It's a green sunny. New species. Now, if this doesn't show you the appetite of a green sunfish, I don't know what will. He has got this entire big old slab magnet just gobbled up. Honestly, it might be what I've been missing a lot of. It's a big bait, and that's really not that big of a green sunfish. Sweet. Only thing missing today is my my big old river catfish special, but I figured there'd be a lot of people out here fishing, which there is, and I didn't want to toss it out there and get in the way of nobody, so we left the catfish pole at home. Just going for the big slabs. But we do need to come back out here and do some catfishing soon. Looks like there's catching some crappie on the other side of the river over there. I bet there's a better break. It looks like a nice break, but it's hard to say. There we go. What's that? Oh my God, it's a big sauger. Big sauger. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. Look at that thing. I didn't know these guys were still here. That's a big one. Ooh, baby. That's a big one. Look at the size of that sauger. I swapped to a fin spin. Black chartreuse slab curly. It's getting dark. That right there will make up for the lack of crappie production. That is a stud sauger. Let's go. There's a little something. What is that? Is that a crappie? Oh, it is. Oh my goodness. I thought it was a white bass. That was in white bass water. That crappie was in white bass water. Oh my gosh. Maybe they're down there. They don't seem to be in front of me. For whatever reason, they are not doing the deed in front of me like I thought they were, but we will take that one. It's another good little keeper. It's getting dark. I'm about to get my light. Oh. That's a good one. He swallowed it. But I'll tell you what's driving me crazy is that right up against the wall over there in that middle boil, there are just striper and white bass and I don't even know what hybrids, all sorts of stuff coming up to school and like crazy, and I have nothing to fish for them with. It's maddening. I wish that I had brought my big pole so I can put like a 2-ounce weight and a swim bait or a grub on it, because they are going buck wild right now. I started hearing this bunch of like just, you know, that feeding, kind of popping, kind of sucking sound. And I was like, what the heck? And they are just, even still, just going nuts. There we go. There's another nice crappie. Moving on in, another good keeper. I gotta get my flashlight, as I know it's getting dark for y'all to see, but that's another good keeper on the slab curl that I pitched in there the cast before and got wrecked and missed him, came up empty. That time we got him. There we go. Here's another crappie. There's another crappie. Right up on the bank, guys. Can y'all see that? Oh yeah, y'all can see that, just barely. The lights came on out here. But I'm gonna go up there and grab my light so we can see what we're doing. Another good little baby slab. I've walked down the bank a little bit. I'm just kind of exploring. This one was in some pretty fast current, but just pushed right up on the bank in like 6 inches of water. Oh my gosh, here we go, guys. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. The water is dropping. Look at that right there, fellas. We got ourselves a little snaky snake. This is a Midland water snake. So I had noticed that my net was like up on the bank, and I was like, what the heck? But the water is actually falling out, so that's probably not good news for us. But I happened to see something slithering underneath it, and it was this Midland water snake. And I guess he was trying to get in that bag and get him a crappie, but there was no way for him to get in there. That's pretty nifty. We got ourselves a little snaky snake. We're gonna give him a little toss back into the drink. And we're going to evaluate the situation, because the water has definitely slowed down. That could either help us or hurt us. I'm not sure what's gonna do just yet. Usually, it kinda hurts us. Hooked up, guys. I think it's a big old drummy drum. Unless it's a giant crappie. It's not a giant crappie, it's a big drum. Look at that big old drum. It is a nice one. That is probably a 4-pounder. He's long and lean and skinny looking, but we'll take him. He's a nice fish. I was hoping it was a big slab. He thumped it. You just never know when you feel that big thump what it's gonna be. This time, it was a big old drum. Let's send him back. There you go. Is that crappie? Crappie. Yeah, baby. Kind of a little skinny guy. I don't think he's actually going to be a keeper, but it's another crappie. Just seconds after catching that drum. The water's really started to kind of like calm down and get situated right. He's borderline. We're going to toss him back though. I need to go back and get my net. My net, with all my fish where I was standing originally, is like 30 yards down. The current break is right here now, and hopefully these slabs are moving in. Uh-oh, there we go. There we go. I was trying to catch one more fish and I got him. I do believe that we have ourselves another big old drum. Oh my gosh. It's a big one. You're just going to have to trust me. We got to land him. He's on the mega magnet. Oh, ow, my toes. Well, there's just a big old headed freshwater drum to wrap the fishing part of today's video up. I've been trying to catch a fish for the last like 20 minutes. The bite has completely fizzled out. It might be starting to pick back up. The water's been falling. It's dropped like 2 feet in the last like 45 minutes. And the fishing just died. And that happens, you know, but it takes a minute for the fish to get set back up, and they're probably doing that right now, but we are out of time to fish. And this is a good one to go back home to. So we're gonna send this big old drum back into the river. We're gonna gather all of our stuff. We're gonna load our fish up, head back to the house, get them cleaned up, cook them up for y'all. We'll see you guys when we get there. All right, we're back. We've got our fish that we caught last night all cleaned up. We've got our sauger fillets here and here. And we got a little smorgasbord of some crappie fillets. We got them seasoned in Old Bay. We've got a skillet right here with some butter melting. We're gonna put these in there with that, swish them around, and have something delicious to eat for supper. Can't wait. We'll show you guys how it's done, and we'll see how they taste. We got our fish in the skillet now. They are cooking up nicely, and they smell delicious. I'm excited to eat the sauger. Excited to eat the crappie. We're gonna also cook up some rice, cut up some avocado, mix it all together. Can't wait to plate it, and can't wait to try it. Look at those baby sizzle. Oh, snap.
What's up?
What's up, JJ? Nice of you to join us.
Nice of you to make me a nice plate of delicious looking fish.
You know, these are actually the tastiest fish that you can get from the river, but you already know that.
Yeah.
We got lucky and got that one sauger. I thought they were done, and whenever I cleaned it, didn't have no eggs, so like the spawn is definitely not on with the sauger, but all the crappie still had eggs in them, so we can still go down there and catch some more crappie. But you need to go down there and go do that. You haven't even been down there this year, I don't think, have you?
I don't think so. No, I haven't.
It's been weird It's been weird timing, but luckily they're still there, and the bite is still pretty on fire. And I think a new bite's fixing to start happening too. But you got a bite you got to take right here and see how it tastes.
Some sauger, some rice, and a little bit of avocado.
You say avocado?
Avocado.
Avocado. Is it good?
Avocado.
Our fish tank's a little loud. Our axolotl tank is loud.
That's good.
Been craving some fish. It's been a couple days since we had some fish. Usually we eat it like every day.
Yeah. It's honestly been a while for me.
We've been craving it.
Dang,
and that's as good as it. I mean,
look at that.
Look at that. That's as good as it gets. It's got a rainbow fork. I mean, that is a nice little mess of fish.
Yeah, you don't get better than that. Man, that's good.
Only fished for a couple of hours. Caught a bunch of fish. You know, only ended up I think with 6 crappie and 1 sauger to bring home, but that's plenty.
That's plenty.
We got this, and we got more left over.
That's a 10 out of 10 for sure.
10 out of 10?
That's really good.
Let's go. Well, you heard it from her first. If the boss gives it a 10, it's a 10. I'm going to get a little bite. I already had some on my fork. I was about to take a bite of it before showing y'all. Oh my gosh, that's going to be a big old messy bite. Jay's going to take the camera for me. Thanks, JJ. Now we can do the big messy bite. Big old chunk of fish. JJ kind of have a little bite, but here's the plate. Looks good. Here we go. Definitely a solid 9.8 out of 10. For sure. Could be a 10. That was a piece of crappie. Let me grab a little piece of sauger. That's what we go for. You know, that's kind of like what keeps us going back to these river spillways. Is, you know, you have like your usual suspects you can catch. You know, the white bass, the stripers, the crappie. But I mean, like, just knowing that you could catch, you know, a Big Daddy sauger like that one we caught last night. I mean, that's what actually gets me back out there. Get a little bite of that. Sauger's always a 10 out of 10. That is delicious. I think if there was one fish that I could eat for the rest of my life, it might be sauger. It could be walleye too, you know, but they're basically the same, but dang. That is delicious. I can't wait to smash the rest of that plate, but this is where we're going to wrap today's episode up. Thank you all so much for hanging out with us down there at the river. It was quick and dirty. We caught some nice fish, and we'll definitely be back down there again really soon. So if y'all enjoyed the video, you want to see more of that, let us know in the comments section. Give it a thumbs up, and subscribe to the channel for more. But until then, we'll see you on the next one. Bye, guys.